Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J. I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, Jessica, what are some physical features on men that women can't resist? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked because that's what I'm going to go over today. That is what I am going to go over today. And to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to find out these top turn-ons of us women or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. Okay, so since there's 8 of these, I'm going to get right down to it, but make sure you stay to the very end because the last one is the best one, but it comes with a very big caveat. So the first one is an assertive voice. So many guys talk like this nowadays, like they're unsure and shit. If I were you, I'd be very mindful of the inflection of my own voice when talking to women if I were you, meaning if I had a D as well, because women are so much more keen on the subtleties of communication than y'all are. So when people say it's not what you say, but how you say it, that is us talking about women listening to how you say the smooth shit you think you're saying. I'm constantly asking dudes, are you asking me or telling me? Because they'll say shit like, hey, I like your outfit. Like, that sounds like a question. So if at the end of the day, all you do is make sure you end your sentences with an inflection going down as opposed to up like I just did there because I'm not finished with my sentence, you can do no wrong when it comes to women. There, I did it just there. The second one, you can't get away from it. It's muscle definition. I don't care if you're a skinny ass dude or you're a hefty fella. If we at least see the defined muscles, that's fine. I've gone out with a bunch of overweight dudes who at least looked a little cut. You know, maybe they were like linebackers back in the day and they put on a little extra weight, but whoo, I still see that definition. And I've also been with dudes skinnier than me, but at least they, I could still see their muscles, granted, because, they were nothing but skin and muscle, God bless y'all. But either way, it's no secret that the more you take care of yourself, the more we women will want to take care of you. Which then brings me to number 3, which is good posture. I'm gonna say along with number 1 and number 2, good posture comes with that assurance. With taking care of yourself, that muscle definition, with being sure in what you say, that assertive tone of voice, you're naturally gonna walk like you got big dick energy, even if you got a little one. When we women see you commanding your own presence in the way you walk, we'll just about listen to anything you say when you talk. There's something about a man who can command himself looking like he's king of his castle that makes us women think on a primal level that I would like to come all over his castle. So stand tall, I don't care how tall you really are, and I'm telling you, we'll want ya. Number 4 is facial hair that helps. Some of you guys don't have defined jawlines, some of you got double chins, but when you have facial hair that evens it all out and gives it some definition, that's that shit we go crazy for. Some of you dudes are rocking beards for the sake of rocking beards and it's bringing your whole face down, making you look like a horse face, and that's not helping. Or some of you are rocking these mustaches because you think it's a man with a mustache the women want, and it might not be helping your look at all. Either way, we do dig the facial hair as long as it helps your look. And now that we're on the topic of hair, let's talk about a hairstyle that works. One of my favorite TV shows of all time is Peaky Blinders, and I read this meme about this barber who everybody was coming in wanting the Peaky Barber or the Peaky Blinders haircut and shit, and guys realize how fucking ridiculous it looked on them. If you're balding, get rid of it, fuck it. If you've got hair, at least comb it and wash it and shit. Either way, it's all about knowing what works for you and using it to your advantage. Now that we're on the topic of hair, fuck, I do love chest hair as well, just mentioning that. Number 6 is a rugged look. That isn't sloppy. Yeah, we see a lumberjack looking fella who looks like he could cut up some wood and, cut up my puss with his wood. And we will, we'll stand at attention. Pussy and all. But if you're making it look sloppy as shit, like, you're not necessarily outdoorsy in a survivalistic sense, or rather outdoorsy in a homeless sense, you better know the difference. Because the one look we get wet for, and the other look we run away from. The opposite end on the spectrum for number 7 is looking cleaned up and put together without looking like a woman. Some of you guys out there are totally over tweezing your brows and shit, over manicuring and shit. I know dudes are wearing makeup these days too, but fuck! Again, there's a fine line. We want a guy who cleans up nice, looks pretty, James Bond and shit. But we don't need you to look like one of our girlfriends. I don't even mean that in a sexist way. I mean, you don't need to look that fucking pretty pretty and plucked and primed and shit. And in our eyes, if you look too pretty, we're just gonna put you in the, okay, he's like one of my girlfriends, let's get our nails done. And number 8, I said this was the number 1 thing that turns us women on, is that D. Never underestimate how badly we women want that rough ass, tough ass, hard ass. We go crazy for it. I'm telling you right now, me and my ex, we would break up and make up all the time. And if we like see each other during a not together time and we hugged goodbye, the second I felt that hard yeah, that's all I have to, yeah, okay. But there's a caveat. Nothing is more terrifying to women than a hard D on a guy we don't know or that we don't like. Cause like you, if you saw a guy who was really into you and his dick was super hard and he's looking at you in your eyes, you'd probably go running, am I right? Well, that's how us women feel. But if you know you want to get to a place where you're attracting women no matter what you fucking look like, getting them desperate for the D, I'm telling you right now, I can get that shit on autopilot for you once and for all. If you just sign up for my free masterclass while it's still free, the 3 shifts you need to make to magnetize the women you want. I talk about going from chasing women to getting them to see you as the prize. I talk about going from performing monkey to truly creating connections instantly on the spot. And I go from performing it and attempting to perfect it in your head to actually doing it and magnetizing those women just by walking into the room. Because I promise you, when you're not the one doing all the work, dating can be a lot funner and you have a lot more options that you actually want. So if you haven't yet, make sure you sign up for my free masterclass right over here. It's gonna be on the end screen too. Be mindful of these 8 things. Don't be scared of that D. And thanks for watching as always. I'll see you guys next time.